Louder. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, so you got your hookups in St. Louis, all the good massages
yeah,
and good
sure.
chiropractic therapy and everything else. So yeah, man, did you happen to catch the UFC in Cleveland? You happened to be in Cleveland, didn't you?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was there. I went to go and check it out. So, man, it was a up and down emotional card for me and the fans. A lot of things that happened were really weird. Obviously, seeing CM Punk not get an opportunity, to show anything he worked on was kind of a bummer. But we all knew that the chance of him winning was there, and the chance of him losing was there, and that's every martial artist that walked into the octagon. So I just don't want him to be so hard on himself.
Now, did you get a chance to talk to him after? Because obviously he did some media stuff, and honestly, for me, I felt like for as many critics as he had for his performance, I thought he had a lot of supporters who were, and in fact, I know I was one, but a lot of supporters who supported him and said, you know what, he tried his hardest, he did his best as he could, and he just came up short. Did you get a chance to talk to him afterwards and see what his thoughts were, really?
Man, he was really bummed. I'm gonna be honest, man. He didn't go in thinking, oh, well, I'm gonna just train real hard and whatever happens. He thought he was going to win. He wanted to win. He was pumped up. He was relaxed. He was, mean mugging. He was doing all the things that a person that has been there before would do. And I really and truly felt he was relaxed, ready to roll. And he got out of the octagon because they had me do something the UFC does called full blast, where I'm sitting there and I'm basically doing a play-by-play on what's taking place via video. And so I was right on the corner of the cage when he came out, and he just kind of gave me a hug, like, man, I'm sorry, man, I let you down. I'm like, man, you didn't let me down. I came out here knowing that you could win or lose. I mean, you put your damn time in, you trained your butt off, you deserve to be in the octagon. And when you did that got my support, and that summoned me to be there.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, a lot of people gave him a hard time for that. First off, I don't believe, you know what? They say, does he deserve it? Does he deserve it? Look, Mickey Gall made $30,000 in his third ever fight total. Not even just UFC, but his third fight total. He would have never made that type of money fighting another guy. So
Ever.
He can't complain. You know what I'm saying? I never made $30,000 in the UFC. You know what I'm saying? So he can't complain. But the thing is, for me, I was proud of CM Punk based on the fact that he could have not trained and just showed up and fight and just went out that way. But like you said, he really wanted to work, man. Watching him in the gym was inspiring to see him put in the time, put in the work, the effort. And, he was the first guy in and the last guy out. I mean, it's just, for a guy his age, it's kind of hard to make up that big gap of, the technical level that he lacks.
And then the game plan was obviously, if I was game planning for CM Punk, I would assume that his striking that's probably the most difficult thing to pick up with that, even 2 years, his striking just doesn't come as quick. Even for me, it just clicked after certain years. I've been training for so many years, and one day it's like, click, oh, I kind of feel it. And even today, you still can feel like your footwork, or you're not slipping and rolling, and so many different layers to striking that I would have thought his game plan would be to try to make CM Punk stand up. And so we game planned the opposite to freaking. When I say we, let me give the credit. Duke Rufus, Daniel Vanderlei, Scott Cushman. I wasn't in on the game plan. I just came in as a support system, and when he asked me questions, I answered. I thought he should bum rush the dude and get him against the cage as fast as he can, get underhooks, get clinched, make it a dirty box and Randy Couture type of fight. And that's what we thought. But when he shot that shot, it took everybody by surprise.
Yeah, man, listen. I remember talking to Kush up there, and I was like, man, what do y'all want to do? And he's like, man, listen, he's 38 years old. He wants to go out swinging. And they were, and that, I think that was kind of the thing, man, that they, he wanted to prove that he could actually get in there and bang and fight. But I mean, for me, I agree with you, man. I would have tried to hold him down, hold him up against the fence, and at least make it out of that first round. Because I think if he had made it out of that first round, it would have been a moral victory for him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he could have won that fight, but it would have been a moral victory for him.
Yeah,
get
I mean,
to even make it more.
did you think God was a little douchey afterwards?
I mean, you know what? Like, it's hard to say, man, because like it's his moment. You know what I'm saying? And like
Oh
he's
yeah,
excited. You know how it is, man. Like when you get
yeah,
excited,
like he's excited and he wanted. I mean, if you look at the UFC, he's the classic guy, and you know these guys, and I don't even have to say them by name that are at the gym. They have watched the UFC for all this time, and then they just want that moment to drop their F-bombs and call people out. Now I'm here to fucking stay, and da da da. He had that kind of moment, but it was just like,
yeah.
in my mind, I was thinking like, okay, dude, you didn't just take on a last minute notice fight against, freaking Donald Cerrone.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, he had, the opportunity of a lifetime, and it was a big moment for him. So he did come off a bit douchey, but like I don't fault him for that, honestly, because like when you get in front of that crowd, and they're cheering for you and they're yelling, and you feel like the next best thing since sliced bread, you liable to say something that you regret later. And I'm sure, like, if he thinks about it, he'll go, dang, you know what? Or you know what? He's an immature fighter as well, too. So, like, when he matures and gets a little bit more sophisticated and understands what he really wants out of his career, he can make them decisions. But I can't fault him for saying anything.
Yeah, and then the entire world of MMA, that's kind of the theme. So he's been watching that, and in his third fight, he's going off of what he's been watching on television, what people saying and how they're doing their post-fight interviews. So I agree with you. I mean, I didn't have an issue with it, but I was just sitting there. I'm like, man, don't be this stereotypical guy that's gonna jump on the edge of the cage, scream, yell, beat his chest, point to the sky, and then come and want anyone, anywhere, any now, or a title shot.